So nomination is the first step to actually enter in the political race.
Yes.
Aside from that, it's a show of strength. It's the optics. The optics of the politics is what nomination day is all about. You show your strength to the general public, and it's also used as a psychological weapon against your opponent, because with the optics come the psychology. Because look at this, neighbor. On average, say a constituency need about 8,000 to win, but a show of 2,000 on nomination day is a very strong showing. That doesn't necessarily mean you can find 8,000 come election day, you know.
Yes.
So it's optics, and everybody can put on a show on nomination day. Yes. So because it's for the optics and the psychology, it's really election day that matters.
Right. Well, Casey,
we have some really good showing today. Most impressive, I think, was Daniel Lawrence down in Eastern Westmoreland.
Yes, tell us about that.
Yes, Daniel Lawrence was maybe the most impressive nomination day in the history of Westmoreland for a JLP candidate.
Wow.
And yes, Dr. Dayton Campbell was also impressive, I must say. But Daniel Lawrence announced his intention today. Yes.
Yeah.
Daniel Lawrence showed that he's a big deal. He's a big deal. He's no kid's meal.
Oh, he's not kids. It's two piece or three piece. Oh, sorry. Leave that alone, Casey. You have been forecasting that that it is leaning PNP. Based on what you saw there today, would you want to tell us if you will hold to that, or we have to wait until Thursday?
No, as I told you before I went there, you know, it's all about the optics and the psychology. For me, as far as nomination is concerned, because anybody had 2,000 today could have had 3,000 if they probably organized more and had more money.
Right. Okay. Before we go,
it's Ecclesiastic 10 verse 19 that helps you create the optics on a day like today, you know, neighbor.
What does that scripture say?
Well, I'll give you the last sentence. Money answers all things.
Money answers all things.
Yes.
Well, sir. Well done. Well done. Sir. I didn't know you knew your Bible that well. You know, Casey, I have a question for you. There have been many questions I have been getting about the Prime Minister's popularity. You know that there have been discussion in the media. There have even been polls suggesting that the Prime Minister's favorability is decreasing. What's your view on this?
Well, neighbor, I don't discount other people's views, especially when they work in a professional capacity. But what I do, I try to look at it with good sense and try to analyze it. And with respect to Dan Anderson and the Gleaner Company, the Gleaner Communication Group, a decorated media group, maybe the best around based on their experience. There's there has been dissonance, growing dissonance in the polls they have been reporting. I don't know it's where they do their poll or how they analyze it. But the Prime Minister, though was very popular, was less popular when they were reporting that his favorability rate
was
higher.
Yes.
That his favorability was higher.
Yes.
And Mark Golding, though never popular, had done less damage to himself and his favorability when they were suggesting that his favorability was lower. So I can't understand based on what I'm seeing on the ground. When they were suggesting that his favorability was under the ground, he wasn't making proposal about building urban centers in swamps yet. He wasn't using expletives over the microphone. You know, the Prime Minister didn't hit the road and start to have the impact you see him having across the country with kids and females and everybody running after him. But somehow they found in their research that the Prime Minister lead a slip in terms of his favorability. And another dissonance, it's the Jamaica Labour Party now that leads, based on where they're heading, that the Jamaica Labour Party seems to be more popular than Prime Minister Andrew Holness. But yet still, when I talk to Jamaica Labour Party supporters around the country, even some that are disgruntled with their MP, they say they're still going to vote because of Prime Minister Andrew Holness. So I don't understand what the Gleaner is really reporting.
Casey,
it's not credible.
I think Casey, the question, neighbor, about favorite neighbor. First thing we have to get, I think this question, everyone is misunderstanding this question, Favorability and popularity are related, but they are not the same. You can have a high favor. You can know someone. Knowing someone is what popularity is. Doesn't know everyone know Mark Golding? Of course, everyone know Mark Golding.
Yes.
Of course, everyone know Andrew Holness. But your favorability, no neighbor, is now based on how persons resonate with you or how persons take on to you. So so neighbor, you can be popular. Or you can be popular and you have a low favorability rating. And you have a low favorability among persons. And you can be unpopular neighbor and have a high favorability among the persons that knows you.
Yes, Scratchy. You're spot on there. But we were always discussing his favorability here because he was always popular. I don't think I don't think more people knew him this year than last year. He was always known to the whole of Jamaica. Known. Yes. So
and if you look at the question that the Gleaner asks,
yes.
If you look at the question that the Gleaner asks, the question says something like, "What is your favorability?" And then it says / opinion of the leader of the opposition. What is it's basically the opinion they're giving. They're giving their opinion. So that thing is not about favorability. The question didn't say who is more popular.
And I hope a lot of the listeners don't miss my point about the experience of the Gleaner and Dan Anderson polling. They know how to poll. As you mentioned the question, they know what to ask to get what they want to hear, to report.
Yeah. Hold on a minute, Scratchy. There's a gentleman online, God bless Nally. He's a breaking news man. Good night. God bless. Nally.
Wagwan, my brother.
How are you, man?
Well, my day I was strong,
What is the breaking news tonight? Welcome to the program.
Yeah, man, welcome. Well, as far as me can see all the videos them that I've been watching on YouTube and TikTok, I can see that something surprising will be coming on the 3rd.
That's the breaking news, sir?
Yeah, man, something surprise is coming on the 3rd because me see the people them out and the Jamaica Labour Party machinery them, brother. It seems like they are quite steam up and ready to take on the 3rd. And the next thing is that to say, you see a poll and a whole, we listen and just observe and observe what they are saying, but the real poll is election day. Get out your voters, know where your voters is. And it was so surprising today after you leave, Walava. Did you know that Mr. Warmington have to call to 2 JUTC?
No, sir.
Yeah, you have to call for 2 JUTC because you didn't have enough car and bus as what you was see there when you come there. You have to call for 2 JUTC.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if you carry...
Incidentally, listeners, I met this gentleman today. I met him today. Yes, I met him today. He has 164,000 followers on TikTok. Imagine that. 164,000 people follows his page.
I think I 168 right now when I look at it the last moment ago.
Imagine, this gentleman you see up here has 168,000 people following his page. He's a breaking news man. Boys,
Yeah, so,
I have your numbers.
So this is a breaking news to you that the crowd for Warmington, the amount of cars and bus that you see there when you come there, couldn't carry them. Because the two of the JUTC and the JUTC them was full. So you know the JUTC are almost 2 coaster to 3 coaster.
Yes?
Yeah, so
Yes.
he's unstoppable. He's unstoppable. It's just that people have to just know the facts about Everal Warmington.
You know who pull out? You know who pull out those people, right? You know who pull? You know who pull out that crowd, neighbor?
Warmington.
Dr. Kurt Wall did the work over the last year to pull out those people. He was campaigning, not Everal Warmington. It's a response to his type of campaign. I keep on telling them, you can't go into a Southwest St. Catherine and hype up the campaign and expect that you will stand a chance. What you're doing is you're doing Everal Warmington's work for him. Because those supporters will respond to you. I'm telling you. Only West Kingston Laborites are like Southwest St. Catherine Laborites.
Right, but you see the last election, 2020, he did try the same thing of giving the people, when he was on the road campaigning day and night and day, Warmington was just sitting back till the last week of election. And when time him come out in the last week and he put on for him boom box out there and said, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. A PMP man sit down there with me and said to me, say, you know, say, all you see them a run up and down, you know. Anytime you hear that boxer come out and say, the Lord is my shepherd, everybody gonna sleep, you know. And exactly what happened, because he beat Kirkwall by 5,000 odd vote. He polled 11,000 odd vote to Kirkwall, I think is 6,000 odd. Right? So this is an election now when you are going to try to do things now and try to push the fire now. The Labour them are going to wake up. So that is exactly what Casey said, and that's exactly what happened. And Casey and neighbor, as me tell you now, if it was a Sunday member, he could as big as the sea land, so he couldn't hold people. Because majority of them are mason, work at boilers, work out halfway through all about over the country. You understand me? So majority of them is not there because me can name a few. Well, we're not there when me know if them never have to go to work. They would have it there. You understand me? And when you look at them, it's not the old people. Them when you're looking at the crowd, brother, it's very young people. Them young people. Them decide to them nah give up them Warmington for nobody, brother.
Yeah. Well, fantastic. All right. God bless. You're to come again. You hear, man? Quick. Don't
Yeah, man,
stay away.
bless up yourself.
Bless up yourself.
Yeah, man, bless up yourself. Yeah, man.
All right, big up. God bless, Nally.
All right,
right,
big up yourself.
So Casey.
Yes.
Casey. We are at 10 o'clock. But what do you have? What additional information?
Well, St. Anne belong to the JLP.
St. Anne.
Yes. And it's gonna be a battle royal in St. Anne Southeast.
You're saying that the seat that the PNP now holds in St. Anne Southeast, that the Labour Party is challenging that to win it?
Yes, they are challenging, a serious challenge. One I have not taken so serious.
And you are saying no, you are watching that?
Yes. Huh. It was never safe. It always lent PNP. But it's 16 days to go now. 16 or 15? Yes, it's 16. And it should be a battle royal going in. I think Kenneth Russell still has the edge, but Aidan Peart is posing a serious challenge. He's asking questions.
And Casey, your neighbor, I'm hearing strong from comrades, close comrades, that Mr. Aidan Peart is receiving strong backing from his family neighbor, who are strong comrades. They are in strong support for him.
Wow.
They are right behind him.
Are things over in Hanover Western? Did you get any report from Hanover Western, KC?
It remains a marginal seat. PNP is still in the lead in Hanover West, but as I tell you, Hanover there are no safe seats in Hanover, and if either party should get a swing by maybe an extra 2 or 3 pints from where they are now, they will take Hanover. They might sweep Hanover. If the JLP get an additional 2 points nationally from here, they will edge Hanover Western and they will take East comfortably. Somebody's asking about South Manchester. Well, as I said, nomination day is about the optics, and Ian Ives did show that he means business today. His support was good. He came out in style, and that will happen across constituencies. Even Paul Patmore had a good showing in South Chilani. And Marisa Dalrymple Philibert also had a statement showing. And if you look at both candidates, how they came out nomination day and the support they have, you would say this is an interesting one. This is a battleground. So you can't use nomination day as your only source of data, because South Chilani is still a safe JLP seat, but the PNP could afford to come out on nomination day and look good.
Casey,
so,
here's what I want you
yes,
to help me with tonight before we have to go. As we look towards the election, and I'm always very interested to hear you on this, if the JLP is winning the election, what are we to look for in terms of seats that they are comfortably ahead in, and the same thing for the People's National Party? If the PNP is winning, Casey, what will be happening on election night? Which seats will be coming home for them?
Ask the question again, Never.
If
I heard PNP, I thought I heard JLP.
Yes, yeah, for both. So I'm saying to you, if the JLP is winning the election, what are we going to be seeing in terms of the map filling out? If we say, well, because we are hoping here on Politics Plus to call the election first, right? What are we going to be looking for if the reverse is true? If the PNP is doing well on election night, what would we be seeing?
If the People's National Party is doing well on election night, they will be taking West Central St. James. That's Marlene Malawi Ford seat. If they are seriously challenging,
yes,
they will be taking, maybe they need to take out Franklin Witter down in Southeast St. Elizabeth. They will need to take some big scab. They will even need to take out the Finance Minister, Faval Williams. If they are really challenging.
In other words, if the Labour Party is holding on to these, then we call the election early.
Yes, definitely. It's as simple as that. Because the other, if the PNP is taking West Central St. James, St. Andrew Eastern, or St. Elizabeth Southeast, they would have already taken the Hanover seats, the Westmoreland seats, and most of the Manchester seats.
Okay, so you said last week that Westmoreland is the strongest parish in the island for the PNP. The PNP holds significant support traditionally, but those three seats are currently, well, they're not held by the Labour Party, no, but the last election, the Labour Party won all three. And you said, Casey, that if the Labour Party... I would say
the Labour Party is the incumbent in those seats. Yes.
Yeah, that if the Labour Party wins one of those seats, then the PNP is not winning the election.
If the Labour Party should win one of those seats, they would have already won the election. Because they would have reached 32 before they will win a Westmoreland seat. It's as simple
and
as
that. And that is because of the strength of the PNP there.
Yes, and in terms of the political dynamics, the PNP is stronger in Westmoreland, Hanover, sections of Manchester, Central St. Mary, like Southwest Clarendon. You know, the PNP strongest constituencies and the PNP strongest parishes.
Yeah, but in terms of the science, because I find it so fascinating, Casey, in terms of learning the politics, and I really am asking because I want to understand it, you know, in terms of how you arrive at this conclusion. If you could just help me again to say, if I see on election night that the Labour Party is holding on to one of the seats in Westmoreland, you are saying they would have virtually sewn up the election.
Yes, all right, neighbor. Political realignment happens over time. We have seen for 40 years, the PNP have been winning all three seats in Westmoreland.
For 40 years?
For 40 years. In that 40 years, they have been winning at least 3 seats in Manchester. When they didn't win 3, they won 4. That was 1989. So the only time the PNP failed to win all 3 in Westmoreland, the last 49. And the Eastern Westmoreland, I think on the night lost by 1. That's how strong Westmoreland would have been for the People's National Party. So, and even when you look at the PNP resurgence from 2023, 2024 to to the local government election February 2024, they would have dominated Westmoreland and Hanover.
Yes.
They would have dominated Manchester.
Yes.
They would have flipped St. Mary, which is strong JLP territory. But with St. Mary now, it tells a different story. Because otherwise, from your strong parish, there are parishes that you would need to make inroads in if you're making inroad nationally. A parish, the PNP would normally make inroads in if they're making inroads nationally is St. Mary. I mean, there are virtually 1 St. Mary flat out in all of the last 5 general elections they have won. They have won all the seats in St. Mary. So when they come good nationally, they take St. Mary. The JLP will always hold on to one in Port. Pardon me?
What St.
The
Mary?
JLP always, yes. And as far as the JLP is concerned now, neighbor.
Yes, sir.
Because of this switch in political dynamic, where seats that the PNP normally hold as relatively safe are now in the JLP column, some of them firmly in the JLP column, like East Portland.
East Portland.
Yes. It makes it easier for the JLP now has an easier path to victory, and it's more complex for the People's National Party. Because remember, we're doing a seat count now, not a popular vote.
Yes.
Not a parish count. It's a seat count. It's the race to 32. In the race to 32 in the last 45 years, the PNP go into a general election with East Portland being viewed as a safe PNP seat. The
is that why ISAT is kind of confident? It traditionally holds strong.
Well, every candidate shows confidence. Yes, every candidate. It's about the optics and the psychology. Nobody wants to go into an election not showing confidence. They may not be overdosed with confidence, but they would like you to think so. An attorney at law, he's a very smart man. Do you think he will go into the election or come on nomination and tell you that I barely stand a chance, it's going to be tough for me here? Who would then come out and vote for him? Do you really think Isaac Buchanan is confident of winning in East Portland? Honestly, somebody said Paul Buchanan seemed very confident too. Paul Buchanan is running against Prime Minister Andrew.
I think Buck lost him way. I don't know what to Buck, you know. I think something is wrong with Buck.
Yeah, I think the less said on that, the better.
Yes.
Okay. So neighbor, back to the real matter.
Yes, sir.
In terms of seats to watch, which indicates which party is taking the election.
That's right.
And I will not touch the central Manchester and the northwest Manchester and seats like those. If the JLP are taking any of those seats, the JLP are winning are up at the 40 seat mark.
In
Closer to
Manchester?
the 40 seat mark. Yes.
In other words,
Not
you're saying
Northeast.
if
Not
Rhoda,
Northeast. I think Northeast is a very important seat in the JLP's race to 32.
yes,
Yes, because as a political party, I would think that the JLP might have singled out maybe 36 seats or 37 seats in the race to 32. And I think Manchester Northeast would have been in that 36 or 37.
you mean in their calculation, they would have probably ticked off
Yes.
36 as we cannot lose these.
Yes, this 36 is where our race to 32 stands.
Would you
yes.
mind, Tracy, if you have it, would you mind giving us those?
Let me give you the ones that are not in it.
Okay.
Be carrying those. The JLP have already won the election. St. James South is not in it. Hanover Eastern is not in it. St. Elizabeth Northeast is not in it. Manchester Central is not in it. Manchester Northwest is not in it. St. Mary Central is not in it. St. Thomas Eastern is not in it. Even St. Tandra Eastern is not in it. St. Catherine Southeastern is not in it. So when you see the JP carry any of those, they are up at 40 mark.
No, you are
And
breaking
that's
up
why
your
the
case.
race to 32 is so difficult. Neighbor?
Yeah. Yes, you broke up a little there, and this is so important that we have to hear it. We have to hear it. I beg you. Repeat that for us, please.
Where was I?
You went to somewhere. Scratchy.
Yes, neighbor.
When did we lose Casey?
Huh?
Fascinating stuff. Anyway, Casey. So you are saying
Anyway,
that
I was telling you about the battle grounds that would not be in the J race 32.
yes.
Northern, St. James Southern, Hanover Eastern, and I'm telling you about seats here that the JLP are quite likely to win. St. Thomas Eastern, St. Mary Southeastern, Kingston Central, Manchester Central, Manchester Northwest, Clarendon Northern, Clarendon Northwestern. Those would not have been in the JLP race to 32. Though the JLP are strong in those seats, they are competing for those seats and they're expecting to win most of those seats. If the PNP lose any of those seats, they have already lost the election. So it's a difficult road for the People's National Party and they know it. And I didn't mention any seats that are leaning PNP there.
Because none of these that you have mentioned are leaning PNP.
No. Two of those maybe 50-50 in my eyes.
Well, labor rights, boy, I tell you something. You hear that?
And what's more seems to be very, very competitive. And one thing for sure, the JLP support and the government support is strong as they were in 2020 in Westmoreland. And that's your answer to if the JLP is as popular as they were 2020 or the Prime Minister is as popular as he was 2020, or if the Prime Minister and the JLP is as strong as they were 2020. If
Okay,
the PNP...
Thank you. Go ahead.
If the PNP don't come with the numbers, they have already come with the optics, they have worked all the psychology to keep them in the game as far as their supporters are concerned. If they don't come with improved numbers, they will be blown way out of the water this time around.
Goodness gracious me. All right, so Casey, all right, on the election night when we are here, and if the PNP is doing very well, and for some reason we see that they have a chance here, what are the seats that they will be picking up?
The PNP.
Yeah, the PNP.
All right, they would have to pick up Central Manchester. They would already have to pick up St. James South. Never.
I'm here.
Yes. They would have, if they are serious about challenging, if they're challenging, they would have already have to pick up Central Manchester, Northwest Manchester, St. James South, Hanover West, all the Westmoreland seat, St. Elizabeth Northeast, St. Thomas Eastern, St. Mary Central.
You're going too far. You're going too fast, Casey. You're going too fast, Casey. Help us. Slow down a little bit. You are saying that they would have to win all of the Westmoreland seats, all three.
All of the Westmoreland seat. They would have to win Hanover Western. They would have to win St. James Southern. They would have to win Trelawney Northern. They would have to win Clarendon Northern and Northwest. They would have to win St. Thomas Eastern, St. Catherine Southeastern, to begin to challenge. That's where they will have to take those around the bend. And then on the straight, shoot after seats like Eastern and Hanover, St. James West Central, St. Anne Northwest, St. Anne Eastern, retain St. Anne Eastern. They have to shoot for East. They have to be gunning for East Portland. They would need to flip a lot of seats. They would need to pull off a lot of surprises. And that's why I honestly think it's too much for the People's National Party to win the decision 2025.
So although there is this hype, Casey, there is this perceived enthusiasm, as you say earlier, that there is optics, but really, Casey, you are saying that it's almost impossible here because
yes, neighbor. And another way is, let me tell you this: those seats they're trying to flip, which they lost, they will not be able to flip all 15 of them, even if they are challenging wonderfully well. Because remember, the JLP would have, yes, remember the governing JLP would have already been alarmed that the PNP have to be going after these seats. So they would have put mechanism in place. And, the ground is fertile for them because they are connecting with the people. So the PNP wouldn't be able to take back all these 15 seats. So if the PNP are going to win the general election, they would need to take even some bigger scalp. They would need to take to pull off surprises, like take Northeast Manchester, take Bobby Montague, maybe sweep St. Mary taking done. Maybe the ISAT would need to beat Anne-Marie Vaz. And they would still need to take a few more big name out, like Juliet Olness, Juliet Cockburn Flynn. Maybe Barneswell would need to take out Pernell Charles Jr. because the PNP will not be able to win all these marginal seats. So what they would need to do is pull off big surprises in order to flip the election.
All right. So Casey. So even
and that's where things could miss me, because I don't expect them to win to pull off these surprises. The only way they can surprise me. I know I'm not saying Barneswell can beat Pernell. I'm just saying if the PNP were to flip the general election results, they would have, because frankly speaking, I don't think they will win Central Manchester. I don't think they will win a lot of these battleground seats.
Wow. Why? I tell you. So Casey,
you know what? Back to Southeast Clarendon. I don't talk about Southeast Clarendon enough. I'm living there. It's a JLP stronghold, as we know, and it has Pernell Charles Jr., a statesman, one of the most reliable minister of government. I don't know if you realize, everywhere the prime minister see the need for stronger leadership, he placed that man to lead that ministry. And he is a statesman, politician, and he have come to Southeast Clarendon, and he have reorganized his JLP machinery. Most old-time JLP supporters, the one we normally term as the dinosaur, a lot of them would complain about him. He changes things. He's not working with Ruddy Spencer people. But for some reason, he came and he got more vote than Ruddy Spencer ever got. And he's looking forward to get more vote because he appealed to other people who would normally stay away from the political process. It's like he's tapped into the big constituency, and he's not afraid to lose the votes of a few people who think one way. He's resonating with the young people. He's connecting with the young people. He has young people working all about in his campaign. He's a breath of fresh air. But every now and then you walk on the street, you'll hear an original laborite from way back say, "Nah, to work with Pernell, because Pernell go on like in the tech talk." And he's a very confident man, and he knows exactly how he wants to run things and what he's doing. And I think he is doing the right thing. Barneswell won't beat him. I just use that as an example that the PNP would have to really pull off some big surprises in order to take this general election, because they won't win most of the battleground constituencies. The one you would say is the main suspect that they will have to take in order to win in their race to flip 18 seats. They won't win most of them because the JLP have seen them coming, and the JLP is stronger than they are.
Yes. So Casey, even if there are polls,
and as a matter of fact, neighbor, let's be frank, the People's National Party will not win this election.
You are saying that?
Yes.
That is it.
Let's be frank.
That is it.
Hold on, Casey. This is breaking news. So you are saying tonight, Casey, to the listeners, all 730 out of them, that the Jamaica Labour Party will win the 2025 general election.
The election result is not in play.
The election results are not in play?
No.
Wow. What is in play is the margin.
yes, we can explore the possibilities all we want.
My goodness, hold on there, Casey. Tell you something. I didn't want
And
to.
and
Hold on.
the tiebreaker, the main factor is the performance of the government, regardless of the political gimmicks, regardless of the political chess moves, regardless of political strength, organization, resources. The JLP biggest assets is their performance over the past 9 years.
Just give me half a second. Give me half a minute, please, Casey. Please. Listeners, at 29 minutes to 11 o'clock on this nomination day, Monday, 18th of August, KC has just called the election for the Jamaica Labour Party. Based on what we have explored, KC is saying it is virtually impossible for the People's National Party to overcome 18 seats and win the 2025 general elections. The Politics Plus forecaster, Casey, has said the Jamaica Labour Party will win the elections. Wow. Tell you something. Well, he's saying that the results of the elections are no longer in doubt. And he's also saying that the performance of the government, the performance of the Jamaica Labour Party government is their biggest asset. The Jamaica Labour Party, KC is suggesting, after forecasting for almost 6 months, he's now saying the Labour Party is on course for a third consecutive term. Wow. Casey?
Yes.
That's breaking news, Casey.
Yes. And as I told you before, neighbor, I've always been telling you this, you know. You just needed to do the maths. The PNP would have needed to have a better election than the JLP had in 2020. And in 2020, the PNP was at an all-time low, and the JLP was probably at an all-time high. While the PNP was at a disadvantage with the timing of the election, the government was seen as heroes in handling the COVID pandemic, a pandemic of the likes of which most alive have never seen before at the stage at that pandemic. They had 3 debates. The PNP was seen as appalling in those debates. Peter Phillips, the opposition leader, did well in the debate against Andrew Holness, but he didn't win it. But he was so unpopular, he couldn't do any right for the electorate.
Yes.
Mark Golding was a disaster in the national debates against Nigel Clark. He was no match.
Yes.
And Dr. Dayton Campbell embarrassed himself and the PNP in the group debate, in which they had Peter Phillips and Lisa Hanna. Lisa Hanna at that time, the PNP best speaker. Was it Peter Phillips there with him? or it was Raymond Price.
Yeah, I think
Price,
Raymond Price.
Nathan Campbell. Yes, not Peter. I thought it was supposed to be Peter Bunting. I
It
think
was in
Peter Bunting
leadership.
pulled out. Peter Bunting pulled out. So I think it was Raymond Price, Nathan Campbell, and Lisa Hanna. They said Peter Bunting and Crystal Tomlinson pulled out. But what the PNP wanted to do is to bring back the dream team, because Dayton Campbell, Raymond Price, and Lisa Hanna was a team who debated in 2011 when they won the general election.
Thank you, Caroline. Yes?
Yes. So they wanted to bring back the dream team, but then Dr. Dayton Campbell embarrassed the PNP, the country, and himself when he tried to use the death of the young girl who died while giving birth for political mileage, and try to run a joke about mental illness when it was a serious conversation being had, suggesting that no possibility of mental illness is not on his side of the floor. If you remember, there was a lot of factors. Plus, we have had 4 good years from 2016 leading to 2020. No new taxes for 4 years straight. That was unprecedented. Things were coming along nicely. So, and the JLP still only managed to flip 15 seats, which is an amazing feat.
Despite them being so strong.
Yes, no time in our political history, after one term of a party managed to flip 15 seats. From 1980 to 89 wasn't one term. There was a snap election that was uncontested. And the election and the general election was actually 6 years.
That time was the PNP only one term still low, Casey.
Pardon me?
That was the first time the PNP become a one-term government.
That was 2016. 2016 was the first time the PNP became a one-term government.
Okay.
From 2011 to 2016. Yes. So the point I'm trying to make, Scratchy Neighbor and the listeners, despite all that strength of the JLP and the obvious weakness of the PNP, the JLP, though, did phenomenal, magnificent. They were really good. The results in the election only managed to flip. Now, with the PNP not as strong as the JLP were, the JLP government is as popular and done as well as they did in that tenure from 2016 to 2020. The PNP need to have a better election than the JLP had in 2020. The PNP need to flip 3 more seats than the JLP flipped in 2020.
Wow.
It's not possible, neighbor.
Repeat your projection for the elections, Casey. Repeat it for the listeners. They're asking you to repeat.
Yes, the Jamaica Labour Party will win an unprecedented 3rd term. And today, December 18, August 18 nomination day, I think they have already taken an unassailable lead in the race to 32.
The Jamaica Labour Party, according to Casey, have taken an unassailable lead in the race to 32, and he's projecting that the Labour Party will win an unprecedented 3rd term.
Yes.
At this point, they are unstoppable.
Yes. And I don't know, the PNP, despite failing to find a smoking gun, they have still been given the impression that they have a loaded gun. And now they obviously have turned their loaded gun to their feet, because in their latest show of political ineptitude, they have chosen to try to bully the press by dictating who should be the questioning journalists and the moderators, or should not be, in the national debate.
Yes, it's ineptitude.
Yes, political ineptitude. And despite them being maybe the oldest political party in the country, they are showing inexperience. That's why our politics is so leader-centric. That's why we have seen result of leader-centric politics over the years, because the leader really has a lot to do with it. And to think of it, really about it, an inexperienced leader. And that's why the PNP seems so inexperienced. He have never really won an election. He was given a safe Garrison constituency. He have never really have to win a campaign or debate to win an election. The leadership election in the People's National Party versus Lisa Hanna was given to him because he could have gotten the delegates of so many people who were disgruntled and didn't want Lisa Hanna. Because even in the campaign in 2020, you hear Ian Niles complaining on the media, like, what is Lisa Hanna's shirt doing in his constituency? Dayton Campbell throwing words at Lisa. So he had a lot of people who would gladly hand his delegates to them, and he had the resources. So he didn't really campaign to win that leadership race. And on the flip side, Andrew Michael Holness got the chance, took the reins in 2011 and went into a general election, did a full campaign and lost it. Then the leadership election he won against Ardley Shaw was maybe the election of his life. That wasn't easy against a formidable opponent.
Yeah.
And a worthy opponent.
With strong financial
and that was tough. And the work to bring things back, to put everybody together, to challenge a powerful government with a 42-21 majority for office and win it about 2 years after winning that leadership election, which you need the likes of yes, and you would also need the likes of Ardley Shaw, Ed Bartlett, Darrell Vaz, James Roberts, Dr. Christopher Tufton, who were not on your side in that leadership race. Yes, it's a different kettle of fish, and the leaders are making the difference. The difference comes from the front in this campaign.
Well,
yes, the PNP will not win this one.
Well, that's fantastic.
For the sake of democracy, I'm not asking them to throw in the towel or wave the white flag.
The white flag of surrender.
But it's the result of the general election is not in play.
The results of the general election for 2025 is not.
It's not in play.
Play the politics.
And that's why the PNP that's why the PNP wish they had the power to call the election from the opposition benches.
Wow. Listeners, we have another 16 minutes to go. We are going to be back here tomorrow. Yes, we're going to be back
in the field. Back in the field, neighbor.
Yes, you're going to be back in the field tomorrow. Yes, we're going to be back here on Thursday. We're going to be here on Saturday. What we are going to be doing is analyzing.
Back in the field, neighbor, today, from the field today, Tova Hamilton.
Go ahead, sir. Okay, have some information about Tova Hamilton over there in Trelawney Northern. You recall that Northern Trelawney.
I must know that Tova Hamilton have not.
Yes. Okay, a little bit of technical challenge there. Casey is coming back up soon, but you recall that Northern Trelawney was one of those seats that were too close to call on our last projection. Well, Casey has declared that the Labour Party is going to win the election. What we now need to figure out is by how much. You have to stay tuned to this program. Well, I mean, where else do you get this type of information? Look up on your screen.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Casey. Yes. Yes, and help us to meet our live goals so that we can continue to offer you this type of programming night after night for the next 2 weeks or so. All right. Scratchy's here. Jamaica Girl hasn't been able to go to her bed tonight. Why I tell you. No, normally Jamaica Girl is gone from 9 o'clock. It's 14 minutes to 11 o'clock. There are 738 people still watching the program. Wow. Amazing stuff. That's what is on the screen. Last week, 130,000 people tuned into Politics Plus. 130,000. Right? So you should support this program. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Are you ready again, Casey?
Well, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, neighbor. Northern Trelawney today was very, very exciting. That Neil would friend
internet
for some reason
yeah. Hold on there, Casey. Hold on, Jamaica Girl. Yes, Casey, we're not hearing you at all. Not hearing you. Try and see if you can fix that and come back, Casey.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Hello? Hold on there, Casey. Caller up top. Good night to you.
Yeah, good night. Yeah, I'm tuning in for your program every night and listen. Well, me just hear I get a little information more. If you don't hear about anything before, clarify. Said down in Dr. Daz. See, that is aware again. Portmore, someplace in Portmore or something like that. They have a thing today again where they block the road and the labor rights them and the soldier have to intervene and some beating going on or something like that. Something like that I was hearing, so I was wondering if it was true.
Haven't heard that, sir. Haven't been able to check the news. I've been on here since about 7 o'clock. That's I don't know. I haven't heard. Jamaica Girl, have you can you check that for me? I don't know. Thanks. This program keeps us up to date.
Yeah. I said persons are saying it's true. Only one person saying it's no, saying it's not true, and as usual, Mansa Musa.
Yeah. We hear them talk about it, man. Because same place in Black Road again, like where they on Andrew they go to, and then they end up Black Road and he take the next road. They did it today, but soldier was there and some real altercation happened. That's the only incident I hear happened today.
We'll check on that for you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Great, fantastic. Okay,
You're
so
welcome.
we have something there to check on. The jackal. Jackal? Hello? The jackal? The jackal is there? No, she's not. All right. Well, let me see now. We're not going to be able to take all of these people that are up, you know. We only have another 10 minutes, and Casey's not even done yet. Good night to you. Good night, sir. Hotter fire. Hotter fire. Will a little bit more time. I won't join you until election night. Okay. Okay. Hotter fire. Your internet poor, man. Oh, why I tell you. Not there. Not there. Okay. Sir Bradshaw is from the G2K. Wonder if he has anything to add. Good night, sir.
Yeah, man. Night, neighbor. Night, everybody.
Yeah. G2K, man. How is report coming into headquarters tonight? What was nomination day like for the Jamaica Labour Party?
No, man. Nomination day today was really good. As I mentioned, we were having some conversation, I think, a couple nights back, and I told you that today nomination day, you will see that machinery start going to play. I'm not sure if you look down in Westmoreland. I know, as I say, you don't use crowd to judge what is happening, but the support, we can tell that the support on the ground, especially when you look at a Daniel Lawrence down in Westmoreland, he's not a person who is up and out and on the social media and everything, but he works his ground and he will get that done for the JLP. So nomination day was definitely good. The supporters are in high spirits. We are really ready. As I said, the machinery is rolling out now the right way after nomination day, a lot more to come leading into the election. So definitely looking forward to that.
Stay on the line, sir. Casey is back. Good night again, Casey. Good night again, Casey. All right.
Hey, good night, neighbor.
Yes. So
Good
Casey,
night again.
Good night again.
Good night again.
Yes, sir.
It's
Casey,
actually morning where I am.
is that so? Well, okay. So Casey, we only have another 8 minutes or so.
Yes,
So,
man. You know, I'm in a JLP stronghold. We're a few hours ahead of the others.
oh my goodness. Okay. Yes. Casey, just use the next couple of minutes to just wrap up your presentation tonight, and we'll leave it until tomorrow.
Okay, neighbor. Well, it's nomination day. We have an eventful nomination day. No regretful event so far has been reported. It was carnival-like atmosphere for the most part. I've seen a lot of videos, and I've seen myself live, JLP and PNP supporters dancing together, enjoying themselves, singing their respective party songs, and it's good for democracy. Despite our differences, we continue to be a mature democratic nation, and I hope it continues to September 3 and beyond. And it's as we were, both political party are bringing out good crowd. The political dynamic favors the JLP. JLP is in the ascendancy in terms of resonating with the people. The JLP have a more popular leader and a more popular party, and they have a working government, and they should benefit from all of that, and they are winning the elections.
Fantastic.
They are definitely winning the elections.
You were saying
no
something
doubt about that.
About Tova. You were saying something about Tova. Yes?
Yes, I forgot to mention that Tova also had a very strong showing down in Trelawney Northern, and her supporters, like Rhoda, I didn't mention Rhoda either. There's some similarity about those two candidates, how their supporters see them. I can tell you the vibe and the energy. Rhoda Mike Crawford supporter or a Tova Hamilton supporter will go to the end of the earth to cast a vote for those candidates. Those candidates don't normally lose.
Yes. Okay. So listeners, there you have it.
They have worked, they have connected, and the people are willing to turn out for them.
Yeah. Casey will be back tomorrow. Casey will be back here on Thursday. Casey will be here on Saturday. Casey will be here to explain everything to you and to cover the election. So your constituencies, your questions, he will be here. All right. So thank you, Casey. Talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you too. Big up everybody. Thanks for all the listeners for sticking with us and staying up with us so late. Kemar, Sir Bradshaw, Scratchy, big up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Good work.
Hello, me.
Yes, sir.
We can't cover the entire island tonight, guys. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll come back tomorrow. And your questions, we will answer them and ask. And listen to me. I've learned so much over this period about the politics. Thank you so much, Casey. Take care of yourself. Listeners, we only have another couple of minutes. Good night, sir. Kemar?
How you doing, sir?
I'm fine. Hi.
How you doing, man? I've been listening on your programs, you know. And I can tell you that, you know, it brings a lot of, you know, eye opener in basically what's going on into the day-to-day, even now this pending election between the PNP
Yes, sir.
and the
You know that amazing.
and how things is happening.
Yeah, when we are watching election coverage on election nights, you know, the fact of the matter is that we always think it was so complex. But I'm sure that the Politics Plus listeners will be able to see exactly where the election is going based on the information that they have learned from this program. And that's why we're asking our listeners that that you continue to support the program. We place a live goal on the screen at nights, and it's for you to, you know, do what you can to, well, it's not that, but we need to achieve that live goal that we have put up here. So we have another 2 weeks to go, and we have to continue to do what we do. But Kemar, we thank you for the support too, sir. Thank you.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Good night, man.
Good night, sir. Take care of yourself. All right. Let's see if we can give each person a minute that is lined up in the box. Sometimes the lines are as long as a mile. People wanting to come up here and talk to us. Joan, are you there? Are you there, Joan? Are you there, Joan? Joan, are you there? No, he's not there. Let's see. Let's see who is in the box. Wow, too many people. Too many people. Can't take them all. Maybe some of them don't even know that they're up here. Silverton. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.